This is Space Nerds in Space. I've got 6 processes running here. Each one of these can throw its screen up onto the main screen by pressing Control O. Go back to the navigation screen. So you can move around with the arrow keys, spin your ship around, and drive them around. And you also have this warp control on the science screen over here. With the mouse wheel I can zoom in and out. I have this beam that I can swing around and see different ships. So there's a bunch of ships over here, for example. I can narrow the beam and it focuses in. I can select them and see different things about them. For example, over here I have a kind of shield profile. So you can see, for example, this guy has a dip in his shields over here on the left side, and if I narrow the beam focus even more, I can get a sharper image of that. If I spread the beam out, then it gets noisier. And down here in the corner of this sign, I can select a location that will tell me warp calculations that I can plug into the navigation screen and set the warp to whatever value. Press engage warp. Right now nothing dramatic happens, it just instantly snaps you to the new location. On the engineering screen, there's this idea of there's some kind of a motor that spins around or something and consumes fuel and generates power and has some sort of temperature, and there's a kind of relationship between all these things, and then you can distribute power to the different systems of the ship through this. This isn't really doing anything at the moment. These green sliders are, they show damage or lack of damage to all the various systems of the ship. Over here, you have torpedoes here. You can set the wavelength of your torpedo or your phasers to match whatever you see on the science screen for the shield profile. And then the phaser has a phaser banks charge up, and when you fire a phaser, you can see, watch this gauge, when I fire the phaser, it has to charge back up to get more power. You can keep firing, your shots are just weaker. And then you can load a torpedo. It takes a little while to load a torpedo. There's going to be a sound effects and so on with that. And once you load a torpedo, you can fire the torpedo. Let's see, what else? Did I do everything with the science screen? Let's see, so you got your beam, you can swing around. You can zoom in and out with the mouse wheel. Let's see, is there anything here? Should do that. Should do that. Should do that. So I guess that's about it. That's where it stands right now. So it's coming along. Still got a ways to go. I still haven't. I have this main screen, which the idea is it's going to be some sort of 3D out the window look, which I've done nothing on. I've done nothing with the communication screen. Here's the debug screen. Just shows right now the enemy ships. All they do is cluster around the star bases. The AI that they have is basically drive to the nearest star base and sit and stare at it. But anyway, it's coming along.